All right. Hello, beautiful people.
The light is reflecting.
Are we live? Are we live? How are we all doing?
Yes, we are, baby. I can
Are
see us
we?
on there.
Yeah. Good stuff. Let me just make sure. Hello, I'm Kendrick.
I'm Rochelle.
Sorry, I,
So
I
cheesy.
just love that. I know it's cheesy, but still, that's me and my cheesy self. Hi guys, how are you doing? Thank you so much for jumping on. You are live with Kendrick and Rochelle, and it's Sunday, and we are excited to be on here once again and just to come and share our story
Yeah, continue
or
the journey.
continue the journey. Continue the journey. That's right. Um, well, let us know if you can hear us. We're not sure if you can. Um, oh yeah, yes you can. Yes you can. There we go. There we go. Well, I just came and I just went to grab a cup of coffee. You might as well go and get yourself a cup of coffee because we're just gonna talk over a cup of coffee, isn't it?
And some
And
biscuits.
some biscuits. Somebody was saying, don't forget the biscuit jar. Yes, I came with a biscuit jar. Can I show you? Look at that. I'm gonna dig in there and just enjoy myself. All right, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Um, I don't know. Maybe we'll see if there's anybody else jumping on, but we're gonna try once again. I don't know, is it gonna be a lie again? But we're gonna try to be quick. Usually, that's what we're trying to do. But
We already used the Q word.
what's that?
Quick. We're not going to be quick then.
Is it?
It's like on a Friday saying it's going to be quiet at work and then you know it's going to be mental.
Yeah,
Should
but
be
we'll
under
try anyway to be quick because school tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we have a
I
lot
think
to do today.
some people already started school, isn't it?
Mm.
On Friday.
I was starting tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, we had quite a bit of a hectic weekend.
That's understatement.
I know, I
This was
know.
not supposed to happen. We're not supposed to be
Yeah,
online today.
yeah.
Hmm.
It was quite a bit of a a push today,
Yeah.
but we are here and we are excited to be on here because we took one of our girls
Uni.
to uni this weekend, and it's an exciting season, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh, to
emotional as well.
to see them leaving
I mean,
leaving.
she was so happy to be
I
leaving
know,
us.
I know.
She was
It's
so
like
happy.
when somebody is in the house, but they already like, I can see myself.
Yeah.
You know, I can see myself on the uni campus already. But that's good because obviously, I think one of the things that we need to, especially as a couple, we have to realize that life is lived in seasons,
Yeah.
and everything is not going to remain the same.
Yes.
And we always have to be able to adjust.
That's right.
And I think that's the hard part, to be able to adjust because change, that's the one I'm looking
People get
for.
uncomfortable with change, isn't it?
Ooh. But
Yeah.
change is good.
Yeah, it
Change
is.
is good. It's not always comfortable,
But it's good.
but it's good. And sometimes we're not always ready for that change that is
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah.
Because am I doing this as the focus? Sorry. Uh, and I think sometimes when we are not ready for the change, it feels like that somebody is out to get you. But no, it's just change. It's just change. And I think if we're aware of that, then we will kind of like be able to adjust to it. To
True,
adjust
true.
to it, yeah. So
So we'll have to adjust
we have to
for
adjust, isn't it?
having one child.
Uh,
Another
oh,
one has flown the nest. So we have a
yeah,
house of 3 kids now instead of 5.
yeah.
Getting used to it is going to, I think it's going to be easier than I'm actually allowing
Le-
myself to. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I
Yeah.
can't wait for the time where they all are
No,
gone.
no, no,
But
no, no, no,
I
no,
know
no,
she
no.
doesn't like me to
No,
say
no,
that.
no, 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 no. Don't say that. Don't say
She
that.
doesn't like me to say that, but I
But
think
home is where the heart is. So I know they'll always come home and there'll always be cooked food for them to eat, mommy's food and
but
whatever they need and want.
but still I think there are those days where I think because we got married very very young,
Yeah,
so we never had the opportunity like to travel
yeah. That
and
that made us think a lot. We could, isn't it?
I
Like
know,
when we dropped her off at uni, I said to you, "Huh, you know what? I never experienced all of this. I actually never. All I did was study
yeah,
and study and
yeah,
study and just
yeah.
that's it. I didn't even have a
So
life."
I to be honest, so when I say I look forward to when they actually, I'm just being transparent, yeah.
Yeah,
I look forward to the season where
yeah.
they've all are actually gone and it's just
They'll
me.
never truly be gone, baby.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
But
know what you're
then,
saying.
but then it's kind of like it's just me and my baby. You know, I
You mean
can.
like me? I'm your baby.
Yeah. That's who else am I going to be talking?
Because you call Shiloh baby
I need.
also.
Oh, that's
She
true,
always
isn't it?
responds to
Yeah,
me.
that's true. Then
Okay.
we'll be sitting here like a old Bali and Tani just drinking coffee. Drinking coffee, but it's gonna
Yes.
it's what they call it, the golden years. I don't know,
Yeah.
but anyway,
Gosh, you make us sound so
I know,
old.
I know.
Goodness me, Ken. Please.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
just me. But anyway,
Yeah.
guys, we
Let's get
last
into it.
last week, so we spoke about uh,
Overcoming
overcoming
conflict. Yeah.
conflict, and one of the things we've mentioned, you can't really overcome conflict because conflict is ever present, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like
And
we
just a disclaimer, this is from our point of view. And we're talking about within our marriage, isn't it? Just so that
Yeah,
people don't yeah, we're
yeah.
not
Maybe you've got a marriage without any conflict. That's you, my friend. Which is good. We celebrate the fact we've got Mr. Ngama. Oh, my friend, I know.
ah
You say I'm too much ahead of yourself, my friend. I know, bro. I know, but I'm just saying. I don't know which part you're referring to now. Are you talking about? Are you talking about when we're talking about them leaving the house? I'm not. Is that the one? Is that the dream that you are referring to, bro? Yeah, but
yeah, true. I agree.
Ay!
I know he's way ahead.
Listen,
He's way
listen,
ahead.
listen to this guy. Uh, and another tweet? No, 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 bro. The Lord will help us. Yeah, but we just appreciate it, and we kind of like you go with the flow and walk the journey, because I
Hmm.
think at the end of the day it's
Yeah.
uh, as we said, life is lived in seasons, and we
Yes.
kind of like have to embrace that,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're gonna look like what I've just done now. Instead of just embracing the journey, I'm kind of like already
Let me go circle the baby. I'm coming
yeah,
out. Okay.
I'm already like make it fast, baby. Otherwise
Okay,
you will
sweetie.
leave me
Okay,
hanging here, and I
darling.
have nothing to
All
say to
right.
these guys. Yeah, sometimes when you left by yourself like this, it feels like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling all by myself. So it feels like this sometimes when I go to church or I go somewhere and the missus is not with me, and I don't know what to do with myself, because I don't know, bro. Anybody else feeling like that is like, all right, what I'm gonna do with myself? You kind of like you can't, yeah, but you must be comfortable hanging out with yourself. Uh, but yeah, hopefully she'll come soon before I get all tangled up here. Um, but yeah, I think what my brother is saying here is that we sometimes we don't embrace the journey. We can sometimes like go ahead of ourselves, and you find yourself looking ahead, looking forward for the kids to leave the house. You're looking forward for them to please, bro, you gotta pray for me, my bro. Listen here. The city is hot, isn't it, sir? Yeah, the city is hot. But we got this anyway. We got it. Uh, yeah, the little one just woke up, and I think they only got home about maybe 2 hours ago or so. So it's been quite a late one. Um, but yeah, but last week, let me just see if I can maybe at least do a recap. Last week, what we did, what we spoke about how to overcome conflict. And I think the reason why we wanted to touch on that, pray, bro, pray. The reason why we kind of like spoke about that is because I, because of my silly decisions that I've made, when I came here to the UK all by myself, wanting to come and prepare the way. That's what I told myself. I'm coming to prepare the way. But that was just a decision made out of ignorance, a silly decision, because that was the boy in me. That was the one, the adventurous one. How do you leave your wife being 7 months pregnant? You leave your wife at home. Say, really, Kendrick, you did that? Yes, I did. But the Lord forgave me. So you might as well also forgive me. That's what I did. 7 months pregnant. Then I said, oh, okay, let me come to the UK. Um, but but yeah, at least she she welcomed me back, with open arms. I'm glad that they deported you. I'm glad that they sent you back, and yeah, so that was one of the decisions that I've made. So that's why we, one of the one. So that's where the conflict part came in. So just because based on some of the decisions I've made. How's she doing, honey? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Just bring
She's
her,
just
bring
feeling
her,
under the weather today.
bring her, because at least we can say,
needs-
come,
she needs-
come, come, come,
She needs
come,
daddy.
come. Yeah, come here, come here. Don't worry, don't worry. Come here, yeah. Don't worry, don't worry.
Somebody is not feeling too good today, isn't it? That's fine.
There we go. Yeah, I'm trying just to scramble and just to, to get myself going. Yeah, but we're just kind of trying to recap.
Yeah.
And just to say what we spoke about last
Yeah.
week, which was how to deal with conflict. But obviously, because we know that conflict is always present.
Yeah.
And you were still in the process of putting.
You're going to say he's praying for you, bro.
I know.
You dug yourself into a hole, didn't you?
Because it's all by myself.
Yeah.
But just do a quick recap what we spoke about last week. What
Like, I know one of the things that we spoke about last week was about nobody is going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then whenever conflict comes your way, you're gonna have to sit down and walk you through.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
come up with a solution. Sometimes it's not a solution that happens instantaneously. It's a process, and it involves growth, isn't
That's it. Yeah,
Us
absolutely.
growing.
Yep.
You're not gonna leave me.
No, I'm not. You see, at least both of us don't want to be left. That's a good sign, isn't it? No, I'm just right there. I'm just gonna settle it. No, just
Yeah.
go do a quick recap.
That's my phone
You're
file.
gonna hear me talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So we talked about, for us, like I said to Ken, like when we started this conversation, that we're gonna do a disclaimer, because obviously this is our journey, our
That's right.
relationship, and the issues that we faced.
Yeah.
As a young couple, we were married very young, as a mixed race couple. And so I think when we got into this relationship and then ultimately married, we had some sort of like boundaries or conditions that we put into place to ensure and protect our marriage and our relationship. And one of the things is we didn't want anybody else involved in our marriage or in our relationship, because obviously we had so much input in the beginning why we were going to fail in our marriage, or in the relationship, that we just didn't want anybody's input. And I think at a very early stage, and us being really young, 22 and 23 when we got married, isn't it, honey?
Yeah.
We decided that we were going to make this work. We're going to prove to the world that, this is...
Or even to ourselves, to be honest.
Yeah, to ourselves, to the world. I mean, we have something to prove, isn't it? And I must say that we did come into the marriage very naive, very immature, with we needed a lot of growth. But like I said from the beginning, the marriage relationship we were never on this journey alone. We never were, because we always had people around us to open up our eyes, to see the full picture, to guide us, to advise us. From a very early stages of our courtship,
That's right.
our marriage, even the friends that we were surrounded with. And it's one of the things, the profound things I would like to say, is the friends, oh my word, that we surrounded ourselves with were amazing bunch of people. They really sold into our lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So like one of the things, like when we're talking, me and you, we talk a lot about things. I think we'd like to reflect. I think reflection is very important in a marriage, because you always have to think about not how you think it went, but how how I like to ask Ken, like, I think, we had a wonderful experience, a wonderful day doing this or going there or seeing that. And then, or maybe I did something like amazing, and I said, "Okay, I'm so happy that I took you out here and I showed you this kind of movie or whatever." And you'll say, "No, actually, Rosh, I didn't really enjoy that," because we have this perception that everything went fine. But I think we always like to reflect, and I always like to ask you, "So, what do you think, baby? Did you enjoy it?" And he's like, "Not really. I just went for the flow, kind of thing." Because you made that effort, isn't it? So I think for us, we've done a lot of reflection over the last 10 years of our marriage. We've had to really grow up, especially as the kids reach teenagehood, because we realized that, wow, whatever we're going to experience in our marriage is going to affect them. And I know our kids, the two older girls, are very vocal about things. Oh my word! Sometimes they like kind of put us in our place, isn't it?
I think that's just the generation,
Yeah.
the young people nowadays, isn't it? It's like they feel like they have an equal say in the.
but for us, it's humbling. It was humbling
Yeah.
because we learned how to appreciate the feedback from our children, because it's important. Because who knows you any? I mean, you think sometimes you want to go outside for advice, but you don't realize the very people that are scrutinizing you and are in this journey with you are actually your children. And I know for us, we do. I tend to sometimes talk to the kids and say, "Oh, you think I was Ash with daddy?" And the girls say, "Yes, you were, mommy." Because you're always so calm. You always bite your tongue, don't you?
And I think that's the thing about conflict, isn't it?
Yeah.
The challenge is that, remember last week we were saying that we must be able to fight fair.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we most probably forgot to mention is like, because when there's conflict, it does affect the kids also, isn't it? So that's why it's important to make sure when you deal with that, it's not just you and the wife. It's not just me and my missus. It's there are kids on the line.
We had conflict this week, didn't we, baby?
Oh, sweet Jesus!
We have to be transparent. That's one of the conditions we said we're getting on Facebook, is that we are going to be transparent.
Yeah.
Because last week we had a chat about how you behave in conflict. You kind of withdraw into yourselves because you're very mindful of what you say. And I want to get you to speak. So I say things.
Did the very thing this week.
But you did the very thing as well. And then Jaden was like saying to me, "Oh, mommy, but isn't this funny?" Because just to put it out there, because I vocalize so much, and Ken is like really calm and chilled. And Jaden is very much like her dad. So she was like, on Saturday, we took her to the university. I said, "Mom, why are you so on edge this week, And it was just a misunderstanding we had this week, isn't it? About something. And then I think you misunderstood something I said. And I'm like, "Oh, why is he behaving like this?" And then there you go. After 23 years of marriage, let me tell you, this happens. And so we had a bit of a misunderstanding. And then Jaden was just like watching the situation. The other three don't know what's going on, isn't it? And he's like, "Mommy, why are you so on edge? And why are you so irritable?" And I was irritable about the fact that my daughter was going to university, and I wanted to make sure she had everything under the sun, moon, and sky, whatever she needed.
And I was like, "You mean you're gonna spend all that?"
And he was like, I said, "It's only money. It's only money." So let me tell you this. So we went to university to drop off my child, and I think it was quite embarrassing because we went with a load. So much of stuff in our car compared to other people. So her kitchen is fully furnished. Her bathroom, I think she's got toiletries for the next 6 months.
But now the Indian in her came out.
Honey, you can't deny what I am. That's me.
Wait, I'm just saying, because if it was up to her, she would have taken a cooked chicken curry. She would have taken a fruit.
Well, I was going to, isn't it? But I'm glad I didn't, because when we got there, she only had a bar fridge.
She would have taken the chicken curry. She would have taken, she would have stuck. But then we got there and it's like, "No, but baby, where would you have put
the chicken?" A bar fridge. That was so funny. But yeah. But
it was a good experience.
It was a good experience. I must say, I felt quite liberated because I didn't react. I was quite proud of myself. Because I never experienced this with my first daughter, because our first daughter chose not to go to uni. Right?
That's right.
And I was really scared when she decided to fly the nest, isn't it? We thought she was so naive. But obviously she proved the point to us that she is so much wiser for her for her age. And then obviously Jaden just basically was so ready for university, so organized. In fact, the entire process this week was so hectic and busy. It was my first week of annual leave, from work after a long time.
Hi, Pastor Chido.
Hi, Pastor Chido.
Thank you for jumping on, sir.
Pastor Chido was so tired of us. We talk so much.
I know. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, sir. And so she just did everything, didn't she, babes? Because we were so busy with so much of things. A lot of things happened. You had a puncture tire that took almost an entire day to sort out. And thank goodness, because we were traveling a lot, and I'm glad it happened when it happened.
I know.
And you think about reading the seasons of your life, you think, God, this could have been an awful week had we done all the things we were going to do with the tire behaving the way, because we didn't realize what was going to happen. So we thank God for his protection and just his hands upon us. And one of the things we kind of like, I think realized this week is about the spirit of unity, and to be in sync with each other, not just with each other, but with God as well, because he speaks to us all the time, and he gives us like unctions about certain things, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like that's why it's so important. Like we say, like with us in our journey, it's like it's never been like just me and you. It's been a love triangle from the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think we're very thankful for this week, aren't we, babes?
And yeah, definitely. And I think when it comes to just thinking about what happened, especially with taking Jaden away. And previously we were kind of like, we're just touching on seasons.
Yeah.
And most of the time we are talking about us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not ready for the season,
Yeah.
for the change of season.
Yeah.
And I think what that in itself can create conflict.
Yeah.
Within the marriage and with in your relationship and within the household, because you kind of like, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's right there. She's leaving. But it's almost like you try to
Be in denial.
be in denial.
Yeah.
And
Because
especially
you're not ready for it, isn't
yeah,
it?
you're not ready for it. And I think, and sometimes you're not, hey baby, you okay?
Do you want the phone, Shasha?
And sometimes what happens is like, with the thing that you are having conflict about is not the real cause of the conflict. It's just like a spillover of what's really happening. And I think sometimes we don't recognize, hey, Mr. Ngoma, don't underestimate these girls. They know what they want. They've given up. I know. It's like they already my brother here also got his one going to uni.
The same uni.
Yeah.
They're like twins.
Yeah. So they'll be hanging out together.
Yeah.
Yes. I think what we'll do, you and me, we'll take turns this week. You come and pick me up. We go weekly. Weekly. So this week, I'll pick you up. Let's go and see what they're up to. Then next week, you come and pick me up, and we say hello. And we just keep a tap on them. We keep a tap.
They're fine, but they can be fine.
Yeah, I know they'll be good. But I think So what I was saying is like, but sometimes when we when we go through, yes sir. yes sir. Please, we need the X. We need the X just in case we get there. And we need to. And we need to take care of business. Then that shadow is gonna have to go kick into, get into action, and sort out some books that needs to be sorted. Pastor Gino saying that, please can I come and shadow? Yeah.
we'll put a rota together.
Oh man.
But yeah.
So what I was saying. So sometimes when we go through times of conflict and sometimes we're focusing on the wrong thing, and we're not getting to the root of what is really causing us to have the conflict. And I think, but I guess that's part of the journey for us to be yes, for us to be kind of like open to have that conversation and to
And I love what you said, the conversation, because I tell you one thing, I don't despise conflict, because I think it's taken us to the next level every single time. And the thing is, conflict almost pushes us into that tight spot of actually talking. And that's when you realize actually what's in my heart, and I realize what goes on. Because I know you always laugh at me since the early days of our marriage, because I say you need to read my mind, and I need to.
No, you know what?
I know you don't like that.
That's what if I know it's a strong word. If I despise anything, it's my wife expecting me to read her mind.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Listen, look at me. I don't like that. I don't know any gentleman on here that know how to read my. I don't know how to read.
But I think like, I mean, today we were like online with a very interesting, amazing session with my brother Adrian.
Yeah, that's right.
And Wango, and I must say that was a really interesting session. We were really blessed by that, weren't we?
Oh man.
We love listening. Sometimes we don't say much, but we listen and we take notes. So it was an excellent, session. And one of the things is sometimes like, and I can completely identify with like a video you played where the woman was speaking about how she had to kind of read into certain things or perceive or sense what is going on in the heart of the husband. Because one thing about men, sometimes they want to keep things all to themselves. Like I know that I am a very nosy barker, aren't I?
Yeah.
I like to know if my husband is behaving out of sorts, so he's quiet. I am like a PI. I'm like Sherlock Holmes in our house. I know what's going on. But let me just say to you, baby, you know it's the Holy Spirit, right?
Go
I have a sixth sense about everything. I know what's going on.
You and the Holy Ghost are like this,
We
baby.
tight. We tight.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you know, we tight. Very tight. Because I'm like, I've got this very arrogant attitude about, you know, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, don't you?
Yes, baby.
When it comes to me and God, I said to him, you spoiled me, Lord. I have an expectation of you.
Mm-hmm.
I am a child of the Most High God. You know that.
Yeah,
I like to rub it in your face.
Yeah.
And I said to you, if anything goes on, I said, listen, let me, you know, whisper, just have a moment. I'll figure out what's going on. And sometimes you like trying to protect me and I, because men are just, they are the king of their house.
Can I go there?
Oh, babe, what are we going into?
Can I go there?
What?
You know that what Rosh was just mentioning now, that sometimes she will just have a sense of certain things.
Yeah.
But I think because we are the protectors of our queen, you know, when you know she had a stressful week or stressful day,
You try to hide things from me.
Listen, you just heard what she just said. I'm trying to hide things from her, but that's not my perspective.
And that's one of the conflicts you talk about.
That's not my perspective, because sometimes what we do, we withheld certain information because she knows if I tell you this, you will go like, you will put so much stress on yourself. And I'm like, baby, this thing can be sorted. Why are you getting stressed over it? But now the thing is, the danger of that is now when she finds out I did not tell her something that I was supposed to bring out. Oh my goodness.
I have to have my rant, and you know you have to let me have my rant.
Oh my goodness.
And then we sit and we talk about how we're going to overcome this.
It will be be interesting to see some withheld, not hide.
Yeah. That's what he says.
That's but sweaty there, isn't it?
It's like,
but
it's sins of omission, like I said to you.
It's a very thin line, isn't it? It's a very thin line. So the question is now, where does the lying come in? Where does the hiding come in? When is it now? When are you doing something for somebody's benefit or for the best interest? Because now that in itself can create conflict.
And we're working on that now, because we realized transparency is so important, irrespective of what you're going to protect me from. It don't matter, because we said like
but when I'm doing it, I'm not doing it. I'm waiting for the right time. I'm waiting.
That's just delaying the. No.
I'm waiting for that.
Okay, we're not going to argue about online, right? Right.
Love. It's love.
baby. Let's move on.
I'm just waiting for the right time. No, this is important. I think this will help somebody. No, this is important. This will help somebody, because the thing is, if you ask, because obviously I think this is depending on your relationship with your wife or with your partner.
And keep in mind, we like to laugh a lot, don't we? Because we have some serious conversations. And let me tell you, between me and Ken, if anybody who knows us for a long time will know that Ken is a calm, he's like a duck.
But inside,
he's like a duck.
Hey,
duck
Shababa.
Floating
but
on
inside.
the water. But underneath now, the legs are going like, right? Me, I'm like Dory from Finding Nemo. Keep on going.
I know. So I'm like, where am I? Was it the day or night?
I'm like high on caffeine all the time. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
But I get the job done, don't I?
Yeah. Man, this woman. She's just brilliant. No, I'm being honest. Yeah, no.
Let's go.
Can I have my 10 seconds of? Please. She's amazing. If it was not for her, I would not be. I'm telling you. If it.
Just stop.
Love you, baby.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you. Let's move on.
All right, go on. Where are we?
But funny enough, I made a note over here as we're talking, because, the foundations of our relationship and our marriage all started off with lots of struggles, isn't it? I think that's the reason why in our marriage, in our relationship, and sharing our journey is why we are where we are, because we had to fight so much of battles where we weren't actually fully equipped or educated for it. It's like almost like we had to figure things out on our own. We didn't have seminars we attended, or people guiding us or counseling us, or books that we read. We had to figure out things for our own in the initial days. You know what I mean?
But if you think about it,
in
essence, that's what everybody does, isn't it? Because you can have certain principles that that is in place where you can follow.
Yeah.
But no relationship is the same.
No. But what I'm trying to say, because
Yeah.
I want to just make sure I
Okay,
clear that
so
statement. Is that no. It's only because I don't want.
did I interrupt you?
You very much did, but it's fine. I'll forgive you. It's just
Sorry
that.
for interrupting you.
Okay, baby, you're interrupting me. Stop. You're annoying me now. so, I love you. So the thing is, but now when I look at how much of information is out there, I think I wish I had known all of this when we first started. Oh my word, where would we be like
But
now?
it's true.
The value
It's
that
true.
people had to each other's lives by
It's true.
sharing experiences, just listening to couples that have gone through so much and realizing in the early stages we had to just figure it out ourselves because we weren't equipped. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're right, because when I was 23, you were 22.
Yeah.
I just left my mama's house, boy. And
Me too. Gosh.
and it's like,
Jeez.
I want her. Let's go. Let's get married. Let's go.
I didn't say that so quickly. I want you. It was a process.
I want you, babe.
Okay, stop. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Stop it.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say is that I'm so grateful that we have so much out there right now. And that's why I feel like it's so important. Like, people have to be transparent and honest about the journey, because social media can be so defective in the way it brings forward things.
Yeah.
And every time you go into social media, you see this persona of people being happy and happy family, but you don't know what's going on in those families and what's going on in the marriages. And it's so important, like, for us, like we said, I know I said to you that I don't like to be on social media. I don't like to be seen or heard. I like to be behind the scenes, I like to be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm like a prop. I'm there, but you don't know I'm there. Do you know what I mean? But I said to you, like, if we're going to go on this journey, baby, we have to be really honest about what we experienced together as a couple. And we've been through, like, really so much. And I know that with the old conflict thing, like, this week has been a very challenging week. And I said, do we share this or do we not? Because we didn't get on here, not because obviously we got delayed coming home today.
Yeah.
But because it has been such a emotional week, not because of only Jaden, but a lot of things have happened that have actually been so mentally and physically draining on us. Even the fact that your tire burst or collapsed the way it did, and you had the kids with you, and you know what I mean. And then I was somewhere where you had to pick me up, and you try to hide things from me because you try to protect me, but it just makes me more angry because I feel like, can I trust this man? It always comes to that, doesn't it?
Going again.
But in any case, let's move on.
But let's. There's something that you've just said that kind of like triggered a thought. I'm trying to think what it was, and then you just.
I was just sharing about what happened this week. But the thing is, like,
these conversations that we're having on a weekly basis. One of the things, there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do this with my wife, because number one, sometimes you as a couple, you married, but there are certain dreams, there are certain things that's in your heart as an individual, because sometimes what we do, we lose our individuality when we get married. But I don't believe that that's how it's meant to be. You still have to be your own person in a way where there are certain dreams, there are certain desires, but obviously it all comes together. I don't want to go kind of like far out now, but there are certain things that I started to do, like on social media and stuff like that, that make me feel like my wife is excluded. Now, what that kind of like put me at a place where, like, am I on a journey by myself?
Yeah, that's why I made that comment. Are you in the office on a hot date?
No,
maybe go in your office.
No, I'm being really serious, because sometimes you spend time on certain things. Now, what that does, it creates conflict. It creates friction where it's not needed. And it's almost like you're ignoring me. No, I'm not ignoring, baby. I'm busy doing things, and you know what it is I'm doing. But what about, you see, so one of the reasons why I've decided, let's do this together, because number one, it gives us an opportunity. That's why this is even unscripted, because it's like we have an opportunity to, during the sessions, we kind of like draw close together. We kind of, there's this kind
of
make
a few notes, and we talk about it in the week, and we put bullet points,
exactly.
And we say let it flow.
Exactly. And I think so. He says the Holy Ghost flowing. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think so. Something that I want to encourage anybody watching this, and you're married or you're a couple or whatever, find something that you can do together as a couple, because sometimes it's easy for a man to go on his own journey, and for a woman to go on her own journey. But if you find something that you'll do together, it creates something really special.
Yeah.
I thought I just wanted to share that, because for me, it's not even so much about what's going to happen to this tomorrow. I just come on, you guys, I'm run out of things to say. No, I'm joking, we won't do that, because it's good for us.
It's very therapeutic for us, isn't it? Because we find talking like this, actually, it's because we completely open about it. And we were saying before we started, it's like we're not playing a game here, like we're completely unfiltered. You have to be careful what we say, because once it's out there, you can't take it back.
There's nothing more liberating than being yourself.
Being yourself, that's it.
But I think it's a very vulnerable place.
Yeah.
Because for you to be able to step out and say, I'm going to be myself, it puts you in a position where you will not be liked by everybody, and nobody like not to be liked. It's like, oh, put a like there. Can I see a heart, please? I'm just messing with you. Or thumbs up. Because we are in that kind of like society right now where everything is like. We
want to be validated.
Yeah, and so which means what we then do, we hide our true selves. We hide who we really are. And I think, and can I go this way? And that's not the will of God. It's not. He wants. It's you that he wants. It's me that he wants, not you to try to be somebody else
kind of mold.
And that's why, I think it's the same thing that will apply to your relationship. Maybe some people will be like, what are these two up? This is just us being us.
This is us.
And I think it really feels good to be able just to sit down and just to talk and just.
And to be honest, we don't have much friends, do we?
Why did you say that?
Look, trying to get online is so difficult with the kids. We're trying to get them started for the last hour before we got online. No. We were multitasking, and we had Shiloh. We know she has a nap after church, and then
anybody, my friend. She said we don't have much.
No, we have friends out there, but like what I'm trying to say is we don't really have a very like a crazy social life, do we? Because it's work, it's each other, it's the kids. It's just like a cycle, it's a cycle. And we have a few friends that we have over for lunch or dinner, but it's not something ongoing, because they themselves, they have like, the thing is, life happens, and things happen in a week that stresses you out, tires you out, frustrates you. This is just the normality of life, isn't it? We can't pretend it doesn't exist. Like I went off social media for a while, didn't I? And the only reason why I'm back on it is because we doing this, because of you.
I pulled and say, listen, I say, hey, you have no choice.
Yeah. Also, can I just say, if you're posting stuff on Facebook, I actually don't like anything or whatever. It doesn't mean I don't. I'll send you some of you. I'll send you a person. Well, because I don't want people think I'm on social media now, and I'm not, because there's so much. I just.
Can guys hear? Is that excuse or apology? What is it?
Well.
Hey, Danny boy, how you doing, sir? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for jumping on.
Hi, Danny.
Yeah, good to have you, bro. Good to have you.
I just said I'll say that because there's some times I just want to get on there, but the thing is, I don't want to get hooked onto that Facebook swiping thing again, because that was what I was doing a lot of. You know what I mean? And so that's why I said to myself, I'm not only going to get onto Facebook unless I really need to. How are we doing
for time, baby?
We are 43.45.
Did we say anything useful? I don't even know when we came in here whether we said anything useful, but
we're having a cup of coffee and having a chat with our friends out there.
Having a cup of coffee. Yeah, she just said no, we don't have much.
No, I mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is we don't really have an active social life.
I'm just messing with you.
It's lovely to just talk and chat, and hopefully somebody's listening to us. Pastor Chido's listening to us, and Adrian and Danny and
Jamila. Hey, good to see you, James.
Awesome. So thank you so much. So this week has been a challenging week, hasn't it, baby?
Yeah.
And we said, we can get on your number.
But one of the good things about challenges is like One of the things I'm training myself to do is not to run away.
And you're training me as well. Let me put it out
Not
there.
to run away, not to run away from challenges,
Yeah.
because it's the only challenge sometimes I run away from, like I did this week, is it's Jesus is Lord. It's like when she comes in hard. It's like, why did
I'm training you. I'm training you. My goal, I said to you, baby,
Yeah.
I am training you. You are my king.
Yes, ma'am.
And if I see a fool, I'm gonna smack that fool.
Smack him out. Come on.
I didn't
Put some hands.
I didn't really physically smack him, but you know.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, there's a way that we behave if we are saying we are,
absolutely.
walking in our.
But one of the things we have to realize is we're all under construction, and we all work in progress, and just continue to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Continue to work on your marriage. Continue to work on the relationship with your children.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to what we're trying to push out is we want to share our wedding video with you guys before we kind of like get into some other stuff that we would like to talk about in terms of our journey. But we can't get into that until we get through the wedding part. So sometimes it will feel a bit fragmented, but until we get to that part, thank you so much for bearing with us.
Yeah, it's pieces of a puzzle. It will all fall into place soon.
Yeah.
We don't know how, but it will fall into place.
It will fall into place. But thank you so much for jumping on, guys. I think my coffee's gone cold, so which means we've been on here for
far too long.
But it was great hanging out here, and as I said, I'm not sure whether we've mentioned anything useful, but be blessed. Have an amazing week, and continue to
listen, to love, and to adore your wives.
Where's my pen? I need to take a note. Where's my pen?
I've commanded you this week, haven't you? I said I need more time with my husband. So this week it's been a constructive week for you, haven't you?
Yeah,
You've been really busy doing a lot of things.
I need to take note.
Yeah, it was my annual leave week as well. So, I had expectations, didn't I?
Yeah, for anybody that is still looking to get married, it's work, okay?
Yeah. What do we say in Afrikaans? Danny will notice.
It's hard work.
Yeah,
we often forget that we. Let's put that out there. Danny said, we often forget that we, our marriage is continuing under construction. Thanks. Yes, sir. It's always under construction.
And what do they say in Afrikaans about marriage? It's not like buying horses. What did they say?
Trouwens nie perde koop.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Trouwens nie perde koop.
I love that. I love that.
It's not getting married. It's not like buying. It's not like buying a horse.
Yeah.
Let's put it in the stable. You stay. I'm gonna bring you hay and feed you shortly. Yeah. No, it doesn't work like that.
It's hard work.
It is work. It is work.
Yeah, all the time.
But by the grace of God, we continue to.
Can I just say something before we end? I just want to say this only because it's about seasons. Like we talked about seasons. Yeah. I think as a married, as a couple, we're talking. Because we're sharing our journey and we are married now, and even when we were courting as well, one of the things I know that we had to really focus on is reading the seasons of our life. Like currently, I know we've been through a lot over the last few months actually, but this last week was quite challenging because of things like illness, almost meeting an accident, trying to get Jaden off to uni, trying to get stuff organized, with the kids and stuff. And basically we had this well-planned week because I was on annual leave and we had everything planned, taking the kids there. And to be honest, we only achieved to 10% of that because of the way the week went. Yeah. And it felt like a very unfulfilled week. But one of the things I would say to you is that there were so many things going wrong. Do you remember that? And we said, okay, why is the devil really trying to get in our business?
Yeah.
And that's when we felt that this was a week we had to fight really hard for. And we had to really listen and communicate a lot more because it was just not going as planned. And I was getting frustrated. You were getting frustrated. And it was like, why is everything happening? Also, finances. We had a lot of financial things that draining us financially because we had to send Jordan to uni. But then there was also a door that opened as well, which was so surprising. And we thank God for that. But what I'm trying to say to you, understand the seasons that you're in. Don't despise it.
Very important.
We have this thing that we say to each other: if one door closes, there's another door open. That's why it's so important to have your foundations. You have to be deep rooted. Like today, I was sharing like a palm tree with our children at Sunday school, and we drew this tree. I made actually draw this tree with roots that go all the way into the ground, and I put it in a box. That box was the word of God, and I said, if your foundations are strong, come whatever, you're not going to be moved, because you know that God's intended, expected end for you is always good, always to do you good. And you know that, we have the Holy Spirit abiding us. Why? Not here to condemn us or judge us, no, but to convict us of our righteousness. And when you know you're established in righteousness, you know your right standing with God, and you know the Bible says the steps of a righteous man. I'm sorry, I'm not here to preach, but I'm on fire this week, because I tell you one thing: what happens when you go through trials and tribulations? I said, don't despise it. Even when you're going through medical problems with your kids, illness, whatever. Don't despise it, because that's when you turn more to the word. You turn, because in our weakness, that's when it's made strong. You understand that we're not going to allow ourselves. Sometimes you have to get tired of fighting that water. It's like somebody throwing you into the sea, and you're trying to fight to keep afloat. Eventually, you're going to get tired. I'm telling you, you have to just give in and let that buoyancy lift you up, and you're going to float. Yeah, and that's like how God is. And I tell you, sometimes you have to come to the end of yourself before you allow God to lift you up. And I thank God that we are where we are in our marriage. I thank God the fact that the spirit of unity, we always say that we try to be in sync as much as possible. You can't always be in sync, because sometimes when you are stressed out from work, or your husband is stressed out from work, or the kids are playing up, you kind of become unsynced. What unsynced? Is that a word? You're not
out of sync.
Right? And then you feel the pressures, don't you, baby? But then when you come together and you sit down, you communicate, and then you get the full story, the full picture, and eventually the syncing comes in. You can find out things like, wow, that feels so much better. It's like a release, isn't it? And it's that's why it's so important, just not to be in sync with each other as a couple, but with the word of God. I know where you stand with God, because you have to remind yourself. And that's why I say I love the scripture. I was even sharing today with my children at Sunday school. That's why the Lord has helped us. I built a tower. Remember all the rocks I took to church. I said, you have to remember, we have to build a memory of what God has done for us, because when bad things happen, that's not the end. Bad things happen. The way I see it, that the way I see it, the more what bad things happen to me, the more I know that I'm a game changer. Me, somebody's out to take me out, isn't it?
Yeah, you remind me of
Muhammad Ali.
No. I remember there's a message that I was preaching some time ago. When we're talking about not run away from your challenges, or don't run away from your darkness.
Yeah.
Because that's where you and I are getting shaped. That's where we are getting molded into something that
it's painful sometimes, right?
I know. It's not a pleasant thing, and I think that applies very much also to our relationship. Sometimes it's like, remember I told you last week some years ago she wanted to jump out of the car. Literally, I don't want to be here anymore. So baby, no, I'm driving. Don't jump.
I wasn't going to jump. I was trying to make a point.
I know.
I will repeat that.
And sometimes when somebody wants to jump and say, I'm tired of you. Baby, just calm down. All right, let me slow down this heavy vehicle. Yeah, but I think when you go through a difficult time, when you in your relationship or personally, when you face it head on, there's a place of growth. So. But ladies and gentlemen, we are done for today. Thank you so much for being on here.
Goodness me, you scared me there. He said that.
We really appreciate you all, and we do not
precious,
want
so
it's a school tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we know you need to go and iron the shirt. And
I mean, you ironing the iron tonight.
What? Listen, do I look like someone that know how to iron?
He's the best ironer.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go and get them all sorted out. But thank you so much. It was really good to have you guys on here. I hope whatever we shared was helpful. That will help you on your journey, because this is just our journey. So, like Rosh was putting the disclaimer, this is our journey. Doesn't mean it's it's not like a blueprint or anything, but it's just us sharing our story. So thank you.
Fighting is good, isn't it? Well, in our case, it is in many cases. Yeah. In our case.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you guys soon. All right. Have a great week. All right. Thank you. Bye now. Bye.